Hey sis, my husband said that I went out of my way to embarrass him when I paid for our daughter's 5th birthday party. I told my husband that the overall budget would be around £5,000 and that he should bring half.
My baby looking too good, yeah, she perfect. No, she worth it. When she pull up, all them man, them flirting. And yeah, she know that she a dime. Call up on my line, told her, baby, bring it one time. Yeah, girl, sit down and relax.
Yo, what's really good though? It's your girl Yezzir, and you are locked into another, if I may say so myself, banging episode of Hey Sis UK. If it's your first time here, I want to say welcome to the family. We keep it real over here, and it's coming from a place of love. If you're back again, what's good, sis? How you doing, bro? It's your fave back. Your sis is going to tell you the truth on the internet and in a real life. Wait for it now. Look, guys, if you haven't been doing these things, please, I implore you to go ahead and do that. Number one, make sure you are subscribed to the mailing list. I'm going to make sure I put it in the description box because we've got some exciting news for 2026, darling. Yes. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at heysis_UK. Spotify. Oh, we there. We are so there on Spotify. Let me clear my throat. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. That's Yezzir. Follow me on TikTok at Yezzi.Yezzir. We are also on TikTok with Hey Sis UK. And make sure you visit the website. We've got some exciting opportunities when it comes to building the team. We've got some events happening 2026. So make sure you stay locked in and keep up to date with everything we're doing. Also, with YouTube, we are part of the program. So make sure you give us a gift. Now, what a gift does is that allows us to improve things in every single way, being able to expand and come out there in the real streets to develop more things about Hey Sis UK, which is authentic projects that you definitely want to know about. So I'm going to put it somewhere below. It's gonna be there. I'll make it very obvious for you. But it's one of these buttons underneath me. Anyway, have you got a cup of tea, darling? Have you got a cuppa? Make sure you do. Oh my God, I don't think even I have a cuppa. Let me go and grab one. I had to grab my cup. My Hey Sis mug. Look at this. This is the flagship mug. I'm going to put the description down below for you to order some from the shop. We got other merch as well. I'm going to be wearing some merch on the show. But let me take a sip because, child, on today's episode, we got a dilemma. We got a juicy dilemma. And I want to say each and every time to the sisters that send in their dilemmas, their real life issues onto the show, I honor it, I respect it, and I appreciate the fact that you find this to be the safe space to do it on. We're going to drop the clip of it first over on the Instagram page. So if you're watching this now and you haven't gone to the Instagram page, go to the Instagram page, drop some advice, come back here, drop some advice, and then let's get stuck into it. So let me take my sip. Ain't nothing better than watching Hey Sis with a Hey Sis mug. Now, let's get into this dilemma. Hey sis, my husband said that I went out of my way to embarrass him when I paid for our daughter's 5th birthday party. I told my husband that the overall budget would be around £5,000 and that he should bring half. He told me that he would get back to me on the price and I didn't want to lose the date, so I put down a deposit to secure the venue and started sending out invitations. My husband said that the party would fail because I put down a deposit without telling him, and now he won't bring his half, and I didn't want to let down my daughter. So I put down the whole amount and the party was a success. When we got back home, my husband didn't speak to me until the following day. He said that I embarrassed him because people were asking him how much things cost and he had no idea, and that if I were a good wife, I would have informed him about the party going ahead beforehand and presented the budget to him. I paid for the decorations, venue hire and catering, and he is still upset with me. Was I in the wrong for not telling my husband that I'm going ahead with the party? Ugh, good. You know, one thing that annoys me about relationships, marriages and things, relationships alike. There are serious issues out there. I'm talking infidelity. I'm talking domestic violence, financial abuse. There are serious issues that are like divorce and breakup worthy. This situation, sis, is not something for there to be an argument. This is simply a communication breakdown. And the communication is, let's just say, from both sides. First things first, your husband did vocalize to get back to him on the issue. The item at hand was celebrating your baby girl's 5th birthday. And I'm glad it went well. Salute to the mothers out there that give their children great memories. The problem is that with some men, they have no sense of urgency. And if that item that is being discussed is something that they just don't think is important, it's going to be out of their mind. I'm not saying that you should have come to him 10 times and say, have you got your half of the birthday budget, and start pestering him, because that's bringing stress. But a follow-up isn't bad. If I'm really going to be that advocate of, okay, seeing it on both ends, a follow-up isn't bad to say, hey, babe, I did discuss the birthday party with you. Where are you at with that? Because I don't want to lose out on this venue, and I'm looking to put down a deposit and go forward with it because it's something I really want to do for our daughter. So cool. You didn't do your follow-up. On your husband's side of things, not all men are comfortable with discussing their financial situation. If he knew he didn't have £2,500 ready to put into this birthday party, I don't know how much notice you've given him. You haven't spoken on that. Let's just assume you've given a decent amount of notice. Yeah? If he knows he didn't have his half ready, he should have vocalized that to you, because you had the £5,000 ready to pay for everything. You said the venue, the decorations, the catering. Cool. Sometimes people get annoyed at what they lack in and they get triggered. He mentioned that when he was at the party, people were asking him how much things were costing. He's there embarrassed. He's embarrassed because his ego was tainted. His ego was tainted because to him as a man, he should have been the one to bring half or arguably pay for everything. And he couldn't do that. And there's one thing to lack in something in the privacy of your home, but when you seem to lack and people outside can see that, that is an ego bruised. Because if you paid for something, there's telltale signs. If someone says to you, oh, hey, how much was that venue? You should be able to say. If someone says, oh, the catering company was fantastic, how much was it? You should be able to state the price if you contributed even £1, or if you were even aware of what's going on. Or even if you were one of those husbands where, listen, I don't care about the budget, don't bring none of that to me, I'm not here to check out venues, just take my card, then he would have his statement at the end of the month or whatever, and he'd see the itemized statement that shows things that were being paid for. He can't do any of those things. So again, he's fragile because his ego, his masculinity, everything was exposed the day of the party. Him not talking to you is not a reflection of you being a bad wife. It's a reflection of him being a husband that has lacked in this moment of time. Because I think it's a bit harsh to say, if you were a good wife, you would have presented the budget to me. And I'm going to keep it so real with you. The whole presenting budget, the actual, let's just say, the actual action, the gesture of presenting a budget, he doesn't get to have. He ain't paying for the whole thing. Now, if you were doing daddy with the pockets and the budget and the cards, then yes, we can present a budget to you because my old guy, it's off, you're paying for everything. So yeah, we can present a budget to you because you're paying. If we're going 50-50, there is no presentation. This is how much we need to pay. Bring your money. Yo, look at you, you're nosy. Listen, I don't blame you, man. I've been nosy too. We got a juicy dilemma from a good sis out there somewhere. But before you go any further in this episode, I know you haven't liked. I know you haven't subscribed. And your stingy ass needs to drop a comment, man. Give some advice for the Hey Sis family. Let me go ahead and take a sip out of my Hey Sis mug to give you a bit of time to go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's enough time. Let's get back to the episode. This is how much we need to pay. Bring your money. I'm sorry, but that's the fact of the matter. If people want a certain level of regard, if people want a certain level of let's just say you want to be received in a certain way or things to be done in a certain way, you need to carry yourself in a certain way. If you want budgets presented to you, sir, you have to have presenting money. Money talks, man. That's the world we're in, especially if you are, I don't know where you're based, but especially in the Western world, be so for real, man. You need to carry yourself in a way that you want to be treated by others. We're talking 50-50 and you're upset with me. And then on top of the matter, sis, you paid for the whole thing. And the anger that you're using to not speak to someone to the following day, the disappointment to say that if you were a good wife, don't ever take things as far for one singular thing to judge someone on their whole character when it comes to their capacity as a wife. Cool. You're talking about, oh, I was embarrassed. So let me get it straight. You didn't talk about saying, okay, you paid for the whole party. Let me reassure you that, let me give you the half that I promised that I would bring, or maybe pay in installments, because I don't want it to be like I didn't contribute for our child's birthday party. No. There's been no mention of paying your way, even after the fact. There's not even been, based on what you've mentioned, sis, him going, babe, great job in pulling this off. I know it's not easy. Venue hire, catering, decorations on top of that, and a smile on our daughter's face. Thank you. Wifey for lifey. No, you didn't say that. The first thing he wanted to call you out on is how you were not able to cover his shame. I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. Sis, do not question the fact of if you were in the wrong. Like I said at the top of conversation, if there was anything you could have done differently, maybe you could have given him a few more opportunities. Like I said, some men can be forgetful. Some men lack a sense of urgency. So yeah, you could have reminded him a couple of times. But at the end of the day, when it comes to some men, urgency, having a sense of urgency is not an issue, because what they hold highly, what they consider to be something that is worth anything, they will make sure it is done. If he had regard for the situation as a whole, he would get it done. There would be no excuses. A man that's ready to make you happy does not rely on excuses for when he falls short. He'll make it happen regardless. He will see the sense of urgency in what you want. He will not have sorries readily available for you. Sorry's not in his vocabulary. Not often anyway, because he gets the job done to put a smile on your face. That's the fact of the matter. And if you have a man that time and time again doesn't see a sense of urgency in anything you bring forward to him, you might want to question yourself to see if you are someone that he holds any type of regard for. So sis, I definitely feel like you need to revisit the conversation and say, listen, I'm glad that you were able to tell me how you felt in that situation, that you were embarrassed and that you felt like I fell short in my wifely duties. And in turn, I want to let you know that I feel like you let me down by not bringing your £2,500 for our daughter's birthday party. I also want to say that I feel like I'm not appreciated for the fact that even though I pulled off a successful event without your help, you not once did you say, thank you, I'm happy that this was done well. Nothing like that. Because I'm big on saying, if you want to vocalize how you feel, I'm going to vocalize how I feel. And then we can be on the same page. And sis, please, when you have this conversation, ask him, does he plan on paying you his half? Because I want to know your financial situation. If I were your wife and you didn't bring money for something that we thought we were discussing would happen, I want to know what your financial position is. I mean, the fact that you said he should bring half means that you feel like he had half to give. No, he didn't bring the half. So ask him, by the way, babe, since I pulled this off, are you going to bring the half? Are you going to bring it in a lump sum as a whole, one-off payment? Or are you going to do a payment plan? Or are you just not going to pay me at all? It's good to know these things, sis, so you keep it in mind that, okay, I now know what my husband's financial situation is. I know what I'd bother him with. I know what I wouldn't bother him with. Because thankfully, you had the £5,000 for the party. I would not advise you, if you didn't have the money, to then just throw a deposit down. So I'm assuming you're a smart woman, that you putting down a deposit was you knowing that whether he wants to bring the money or not, you have it at the ready. If you didn't have, and this is to any sister I'm talking to out there, if you do not have the money for something that you want to do in its totality, and you have a husband that can be quite slow and lacks a sense of urgency, sis, do not take the risk of putting it down thinking, oh yeah, he'll pay eventually, or he'll pay me after the fact. Be ready to put down money for something that you can afford, or something that you won't regret having put money down for, even if your husband doesn't pay you back. With that being said, sis, I wish you all the best. Please have the conversation. Please don't forget to bring up the money. Don't forget to bring up how you feel and what his words made you feel. Guys, if you have a dilemma of your own, please send it over to theheysis@gmail.com, theheysis UK @gmail.com. Make sure you bring it over. I'll put it down below, the heysisuk@gmail.com, or send us a DM on Instagram if it's easier for you. And we got the website. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Spotify, TikTok. It's all there. And sign up to the mailing list is down below. And don't forget to gift us here on YouTube so we can keep giving you banging episodes with nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Until then, it's been your girl Yezzir. What's really good with you? Because you have been listening or watching to another banging episode of Hey Sis. Make sure you stay blessed. Bye.
Because she moved like a queen and I like what I see and I want to get more of that.
I undress and he blows success. Lay down as you decompress. Come mine and forget the stress. But the 9 to 5 cause he trying to change his life. He can't help it but to show his bad side. So he call me Jesse when he want that good ride. Follow my stride, you know you want a good time. Pick any card, I know it won't decline. He know how to please me, never tease me. Keep me in Givenchy, laced in Gucci. Quick, take the keys and drive to Chelsea.